As 2008 shapes up to be one of the most exciting election years in history, today's young people are beginning to be viewed as a political powerhouse.
Historically, the 18 to 24-year-olds are the smallest voting percentage of the population. We're hoping that we can increase that, and if 20 to 30% of them vote, then it can absolutely influence the election.
The difference in this election could come down to whether young people turn out in very large numbers.
I mean, young people have already played a big role in the Obama nomination, and I assume young people will turn out, if all the trends continue, will turn out at a higher level this year than 4 years ago, which was higher than previous decades.
Statistics show that young voters at the polls have been on the incline in recent years. The 44 million eligible young voters represent more than 1/5 of the electorate. Although the number of young voters is increasing, they are still one of the least represented voter groups.
While the trend is upward, young people still aren't voting in the numbers of older people. So I think there are too many obstacles. I think young people are easily discouraged. But let's face it, I mean, it's up to the young person to get registered in time and get to the polls.
The reason for low voter turnout among college students are failing to apply for an absentee ballot or re-registering in their new location.
I think lots of times that it depends on where you live, whether you can vote in the area. Absentee ballots are very hard and they're not always counted. And so, you know, they're really kind of wasted, and this is why a lot of them don't vote.
It seems young voters are overcoming the hurdles and making sure their voices are heard this November.
Yeah, and I think especially in this election, with the candidates that we have, that there'll be a lot of younger college student and younger people, especially there'll be a lot of diversifying in terms of, I think, your voting population that's going to be coming out. And so I think it's especially important this year as opposed to all other elections.
It's the first time I actually get to participate in government, and I was really upset about last year, or not last year's election, but the last election, so I'm really excited that I get to actually make a difference.
If you haven't registered to vote yet, it's not too late. Visit www.rockthevote.com to register and make your voice heard.